Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica, shortly after the island's transfer from Genoese to French control. His family, of minor noble Italian ancestry, sent him to mainland France for education at the military academy in Brion-le-Château. The French Revolution reshaped France and provided a perfect stage for Napoleon's rise. As revolutionary fervor escalated and the old structures of power were dismantled, Napoleon advanced through the military ranks, benefiting from the sudden vacancies and the demand for ambitious leaders. During the Italian campaign of 1796 to 1797, Napoleon emerged as a military genius, displaying innovative tactics that led to a series of victories against the Austrians in Italy. His successes not only solidified his reputation, but also boosted French morale and political influence in Europe. Napoleon's Egyptian expedition in 1798 aimed at undermining British access to India, but ended in strategic failure. However, it significantly enhanced his fame through the dissemination of tales about his scholarly interests and the discovery of the Rosetta Stone. The coup of 18 Brumaire in 1799 marked Napoleon's ascent to political power, overthrowing the Directory and establishing the consulate. This move ended a decade of revolutionary turmoil and began his rule as first consul, setting the stage for future imperial ambitions. The Napoleonic Code, instituted in 1804, revolutionized French law by emphasizing clearly written and accessible law. It abolished feudal privileges and promoted principles like freedom of religion, property rights, and civil equality, significantly influencing legal systems worldwide. The Battle of Marengo in 1800 was pivotal for Napoleon. His strategic brilliance led to a dramatic comeback victory against the Austrians, securing his power in Italy. This victory not only solidified his influence, but also boosted his image in France as a military genius. Under Napoleon's consulate, established after the coup of 18 Brumaire, the French government underwent significant restructuring. The consulate featured a strong central authority in the hands of the first consul, marking a move away from the political instability of the revolution. The Concordat of 1801 was a formal agreement between Napoleon and Pope Pius. It restored some stability to French religious life after the chaotic de-Christianization period during the Revolution, reconciling with the Catholic Church while maintaining state control over church affairs. The sale of the Louisiana Territory to the United States in 1803 was a monumental decision by Napoleon. This move doubled the size of the U.S. and provided funds for Napoleon's military campaigns in Europe, but it also marked the end of French colonial ambitions in North America. Napoleon's coronation as Emperor of the French in 1804 marked a pivotal transformation from republic to empire, reinforcing his control. The lavish ceremony in Notre Dame Cathedral, officiated by Pope Pius, symbolized his consolidation of power and divine approval. Following his coronation, Napoleon formed the Grande Armée, an expansive military force designed for major European engagements. This formidable army was characterized by its size, advanced organizational structure, and innovative tactics, which played crucial roles in Napoleon's subsequent military campaigns. The Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, however, underscored the limitations of Napoleon's naval power. Led by Admiral Nelson, the British fleet decisively defeated the French and Spanish navies. This loss significantly curtailed Napoleon's plans for invading Britain and maintained British naval supremacy. In response to naval setbacks, Napoleon shifted focus to continental dominance, initiating the War of the Third Coalition. His strategic prowess was on full display at the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805, where he defeated the Russian and Austrian armies, enhancing his reputation as a military genius. The Berlin Decree in 1806 marked the beginning of the continental system, Napoleon's bold strategy to weaken Britain economically by prohibiting European nations from trading with the British. This policy aimed to disrupt Britain's commerce and erode its economic stability, intensifying European conflicts. The Peninsular War marked a significant challenge for Napoleon, as he faced relentless guerrilla warfare in Spain. This new style of fighting drained French resources and morale, undermining Napoleon's dominance in Europe and contributing to widespread unrest within his empire. Napoleon's ambitious invasion of Russia in 1812 proved catastrophic. His Grande Armée, though initially successful, was ultimately decimated by the harsh Russian winter and scorched earth tactics. This devastating retreat marked a turning point, severely weakening Napoleon's hold over his empire. The Battle of Leipzig in 1813, also known as the Battle of Nations, saw a coalition of forces decisively defeat Napoleon. This major loss forced him to retreat into France and significantly eroded his power and influence across Europe. Napoleon's first abdication in 1814 followed his dwindling support and military defeats. Exiled to Elba, he maintained sovereignty over the small island, which allowed him to plan and eventually execute his escape and return to power in France for a brief period. During the 100 Days, Napoleon swiftly returned to power, rekindling his leadership and reformative zeal. However, this period was short-lived, culminating in his ultimate defeat at the Battle of Waterloo, which led to his final abdication and exile to St. Helena. The Battle of Waterloo marked Napoleon's final defeat, sealing his fate as a fallen emperor. On June 18, 1815, his forces were overwhelmed by the Allied armies led by the Duke of Wellington and Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher, leading to his irreversible decline. Following his defeat at Waterloo, Napoleon abdicated for the second time and was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. There he spent his last years in isolation, far from the political machinations and battles that had defined his life. During his exile in St. Helena, Napoleon's daily life was starkly different from his years of power. He spent much of his time writing memoirs and engaging in small domestic routines, surrounded by a few loyal followers and under strict British supervision. The Napoleonic reforms left a lasting legacy in Europe, influencing legal systems, administrative processes, and educational structures. The Napoleonic Code, in particular, became a model for legal systems in many parts of the world, emphasizing clear laws and the rights of individuals. Napoleon's approach to warfare also had a lasting impact on military tactics and strategy, introducing mass conscription and rapid maneuvers. His innovations laid the groundwork for modern military organization and operations, changing how wars were fought and managed. Napoleon's impact on the art and culture of his era was profound. His patronage helped propagate the neoclassical style, which echoed the grandeur of his empire. Artists like Jacques-Louis David became synonymous with this period, capturing its ideals in iconic works like The Coronation of Napoleon. Under Napoleon's rule, propaganda and censorship were tools used to consolidate power and shape public perception. The regime controlled the press tightly, promoting an image of Napoleon as a heroic and infallible leader, while suppressing political dissent and criticism. Napoleon's leadership style was marked by boldness and innovation, which set him apart from contemporaries like Britain's Duke of Wellington. His ability to mobilize large armies and his strategic foresight were often contrasted with the cautious tactics of his rivals. Historical debates about Napoleon often question his intentions and the morality of his actions. Was he a liberator who spread revolutionary ideals or a tyrant bent on personal power? These debates continue to divide historians and shape our understanding of his legacy. The circumstances surrounding Napoleon's death remain a subject of intrigue and speculation. While officially recorded as dying from stomach cancer, some theories suggest he was poisoned, possibly with arsenic, adding a layer of mystery to his already dramatic life story.